What is a piecewise function? A piecewise function is a function that uses different equations in different parts of the domain. Now let's look at this function here as an example. I have negative x and for x is less than 0. So when x is less than 0, it's the opposite. So when x is, I have an open circle here. When x is negative 1, y is 1 because it's the opposite. And so it looks like that. And when it equals x, when x is greater than 0. So when x is 0 or equal to 0. So here, and it looks like that. Oh, what is it? That's the absolute value function. So you can define the absolute value function as a piecewise function. Let's look at this function here. It says f of x is negative 2x minus 3 if x is less than 1, and 3x plus 2 if x is greater than or equal to 1. So let's look and see. When x is less than 1, well, let's look and see what it is at 1. So I have negative 2 times 1 minus 3. That's negative 5. So when x is 1, it's negative 5, and it's going down. So at negative 1, it's negative 5. It's open circle, and then it has a slope of negative 2. Down to x is negative. Well, when x is negative 3, sorry, it's a negative. So it goes, it's up 2 and left 1. So it looks like this. Okay. What about here when it's 1? Well, this is 3 times 1 plus 2. That's positive 5. And so at 1, it's positive 5. And here it has a positive slope of 3, up 3 and over 1. So it looks like this. So it's kind of interesting. What we'll do is, let's put this one on the calculator. I'll show you how to put them on a calculator. The rest we'll just graph here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a graph on our calculator. So you're going to go to the button over here, and you're going to click on it, and you're going to pick, we have 2 parts. You could also double click here. I'll ask you how many. We could say 2. We say OK, and it gives me how many I want. So first you're going to enter the expression. So it's negative 2x minus 3. And then you're going to tab over and you're going to type in x. And then you're going to go to above the equal sign. So control. And this is going to be when x is less than 1. Then you go to the next one. You tab over. And it's 3x plus 2. And it's when x, again, I have to use inequalities, greater than or equal to 1. I press enter, and it graphs my graph for me, just what I had.